This is a sailing channel. Yet another sailing channel. I suppose there can't be too many of those. But this may be the exception. You may say, you know what, there's just one too many sailing channels. So if you haven't moved on by now, I'm starting off in a place where there's just no sailing. This is Tucson, Arizona, aka Planet Tucson, aka Sand Station Zebra. And I'm standing on the bottom of a river. It's called the Rito River, which, if you know some Spanish, translates as river, river. So that's language for you. Well, it says more than that, but now the sun's coming up. The sun is up over the ridge. And now the heat of the day is about to set in. Today is June 1st, 2023. And at this time of day, whatever time of day this is, I don't have my watch with me, my phone with me. But it's a little after 5 a.m. One of the sensible things about Arizona is that we never switch to daylight savings time. And so during the summer months, nautical twilight begins around 4 a.m. And that's the time to get up and get on your bike or whatever you're going to do and do your rounds, ride a whole bunch of miles, do whatever before the heat of the day sets in. Right now it's kind of chilly. It's June 1st, but it's a little chilly out here to be just in a t-shirt. So this is where my journey begins. Today, I close on a Tartan 31, a 1991 Tartan 31 that's in amazing condition. She's a freshwater boat. She's been used very lightly. Because she's on the Great Lakes, she's only been used seasonally. So she looks like she's new. And for that I am grateful. But she's 2,000 miles away. 2,000 miles away. And I still have to pack up my van, make sure I haven't forgotten anything, and drive out there, which will take me about 4 days. Because I just bought her, she needs a refit. Not much of a refit. The surveyor just loved this boat. He said, "You found yourself a fine boat, my friend." And so the biggest thing will be new running rigging. She has brand new sails, never out of the bag, and they're north sails. I mean, I think I got a good deal. All right, well, now the sun's coming up, and now the sun's really coming up, and we're hitting some heat, man. I can already feel it's getting warmer. Okay? And many people haven't even gotten out of bed yet, much less woken up. And here I am out here, standing on a dry riverbed. That's what Tucson will do to you. So I just rode, I don't know, 5 miles or so. The sun's up, and here's another view. This is what the bike paths look like. And this is another wash. This is the Pantano. It's very broad. And yet you have, I'm standing on top of an embankment. Again, built to contain raging floodwaters. And you can see, it's fairly flat, but you have mountains in the distance. And you can't actually see the Santa Catalinas that I was standing in front of earlier. So, lots of ticky-tacky little houses. Bang, bang, bang. And a lot of people come here to retire. The old people, of which I suppose I'm sort of starting to come into that. You know, a lot of people do live here all year, but a lot of people spend the winter here and then fly north for the summer. Well, I'm going to drive north, but this is what I'm leaving. And then those are the Santa Ritas, those mountains to the south. Just as I was pulling in to this little bench here, I happened to hear somebody riding by having a conversation. And I heard him say, "We don't know what the next 10 years will bring, so we better do our living now." And boy, if that's the motto of the decade, I don't know what is. Whether it's now in the 2020s or it's in my life, in which by the time I get on board this boat, I'll be 59. So I better do my living in the next 10 years. Not that I haven't been living already, but this is a new chapter, for sure. And as I'm preparing to leave planet Tucson, I need to keep that in mind. As I leave for a very different place.